Jake and I are out here. It's the first week of June, and when we put the boat in, we noticed one thing at the boat landing, and that's bug hatches. And what that means, and right now we're walleye fishing, a lot of times what happens is these walleyes are actually following and grazing on different food opportunities. The bug hatches are going off in this deep water structure, the mud coming out of the mud. And what happens is a lot of the perch and the smaller bait fish move out here. Following behind them are the walleye. So that's what we're targeting today. Some, moderate to deep water walleye fishing. It's more or less they're getting set up in their classic main lake structures. But before we start fishing, what we'll do is quite a bit of reconnaissance with your electronics. Today we have fabulous tools to really speed the fish finding process. And what we're gonna do is once we drive out to a structure, we're gonna drive along the edge of that structure. Right now I actually have my side imagery set at 100 feet, and we're gonna comb over the edge of these underwater structures and try to identify bait fish and game fish. And ultimately what I'm gonna do is actually put down some coordinates down on fish, and there are some fish right there. You can see that's a bunch of walleyes that are sitting right on the edge of the drop-off. And see that right there? That's a whole bunch of walleyes right there, a whole bunch of them. Closed captioning is provided by Smooth Moves, adjustable boat seat suspensions for a smoother ride. Sort of different walleye conditions we got here today. Flat, calm, and sunny with the herds of bugs. Themed drop shot rig.
There's one in front.
Here's one. Here's a big
eye.
one right here. Look at the big one we're coming in on right here. That's a big one right there. Dropping on his noggin. What depth do you set at?
About a foot off the bottom. So, should be right in his zone.
Oop. He's on it. There he is. I saw him actually swim up and hit the bait. You can see the fish swimming around on the depth finder down there. Look at that. There's another one too. Look at that. There's another one. Right below the boat, Jake, there's another one. If you drop your float down in between, I'll put it on spot lock here temporarily. Well, I attempt to land this whopper. If you got another one. Boy, they're carrying a lot of weight on them. Whoa, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Look at that guy there. That's a nice one. Wow. Beautiful
Nicely
fish.
done.
There you go. Oh, look at that guy there. Boy, look at that. Boy, these guys are really looking healthy, aren't they?
Oh yeah. A beautiful fish.
Look at that. Nice fish. Right now I'm out with my buddy Jake Wallace, and we're gonna look at strategies to catch walleyes. A lot of walleye anglers are really big on the use of electronics, but we're gonna really focus on the sort of new technologies and some different things that a lot of different guys are doing in walleye fishing to be more successful for these beautiful fish. Look at that healthy fish. We'll get her back in the drink. Come here, buddy. Oh. Wow, look at that.
Hey, I got one.
What's that?
Got one.
Oh, he's got one.
Bob her down. There we go.
Well, that didn't take long. Okay.
Yeah, feels like a good one.
We're on a herd of them right here.
Yeah. Sharpshooting walleye.
Yeah. I think it's not only the use of like Mega Live, but it's also mapping and side imagery. It's the whole ball of wax, all the electronics that we have today that can really speed the fish finding process.
Yeah, putting it all together.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh yeah, nice fish.
Wow. All of them are the same size. Look at that. Come here. Oh, come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, there you go.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. Come on. Oh. There you go. You need the pliers?
I think this might have been one you lost earlier.
Why?
I got another leech in there. Here's my leech. And if you look down the hatch, I'll let him keep it. That was Jimmy's leech.
I missed one earlier.
Redemption.
This is like a gumball.
Yeah.
This segment is brought to you by Sunset Country, Ontario, Canada. You gotta come visit. Oh, come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, there you go.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. As we were talking about, as Jake landed that fish, you know, electronics today really can speed the fish finding process. And we have actually like a certain, like almost like a recipe that we go about when we're hunting, you know, deep water walleye, shallow water walleye, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, whatever species you fish for. And it first starts off with mapping, driving around, you know, identifying specific underwater structures that are seasonally right. And then once we drive up to that spot, then we'll use side imagery and we'll drive around that underwater structure and drop coordinates on fish and what we identify as the best habitat where the fish are likely to be positioned. And from there, then we finally put the trolling motor down and go to work and start experimenting with different lures that would ultimately catch those fish. And as we see, right now we're using Mega Live to more or less sort of sharpshooting. We're driving along the edge of a big underwater point, and you can see there's a bunch of them right in front of the boat, right there, exactly 30 feet in front of the boat. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walleyes.
Bobber down. There's one.
Got him?
Yep.
There you go. The float's going.
Yeah. I just put a leech back in the live well, turned around, and the bobber's nowhere to be seen.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. This rod is just perfect for fighting these fish. Just loads up nice. Here's like another nice one.
Seems like they're all about the
yeah.
same, all about the same size. Pretty nice ones.
Really nice school of fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. They're all the same size. They're like cookie cutters. Come here, buddy. There we go. Look at that.
Thank you.
Can't beat that. Cookie cutters.
Yeah, when they're cookie cutters like this.
You need the pliers?
Yeah, we'll take some Bubba action. Thank you.
Oops. That moon eye is a good jig for that. I like that 16th ounce moon eye.
Yeah, it really, I mean, it's been hooking these fish great. Look at that awesome walleye.
This is a classic drop shot rig. What I actually have is a VMC tungsten weight. This is about 1/4 of an ounce. And then this goes 1.5 foot lead to a red line, a VMC red line hook. But the nice thing about this for this particular style of fishing is how that bait, once I drop it to the bottom, it really positions the bait like this far off the bottom, exactly where the fish are positioned. You know, the same thing where Jake has been fishing the float, but you have to do some adjustment with that to make sure the bait is at the right depth level, but both baits work, you know what I mean, or both systems work. And this can work, you know, you ask, well, what depth of water does this work in? Oh, anywhere from 4 to 40, you know what I mean? 40 foot of water, we're using the exact same system, you know, to catch these fish. They're dependent on where they're at. A lot of times we use this exact same system or even that slip float like he's been doing along the edge of weed beds. The whole thing is what the nice thing about this system is when you can see them, we can actually flip the bait out, watch the bait drop, and it's dropping very, very close to the fish. And then you're just more or less dead sticking the bait in place and you got that live bait sitting there working. It's a relatively simple system, but interesting to me is how in the last, you know, 6 or 8 years, when you put all these different things together with the side imagery, the high-end mapping, and then in conjunction with Mega Live or forward-facing sonar, you're not fishing where fish are not. You know, that's the difference. Like, we're moving along here at a relatively rapid pace, and you can see, look at that right there. Exactly 40 feet in front of the boat, there's a whole herd of them. Not some, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's probably 8 fish sitting right in front of the boat within 30 feet of it that way.
Now, when you're actively hunting down walleyes with forward-facing sonar like Hummingbird's Mega Live, there's a number of different, you know, presentations you can use, from hair jigs to drop shots to jigging wraps. And today I've been using a slip bobber. I've got the St. Croix Icon, the Walleye Series drift and float rod. It's an 8-foot rod that's designed for float fishing specifically. It's a medium light power with a fast action. Now I've got it paired up with a Daiwa Ballistic 2500, spooled up with some 10-pound Suffix 832, down to a 1/16 ounce VMC Moon Eye with a big jumbo leech on it. And it's just a deadly system for hunting down these walleyes out in the flats, but you can also use it in shallow water as well.
As Jake was saying, you know, we use a variety of different presentation techniques for, you know, really sight fishing with electronics dependent on the depth of water you're fishing. Actually, when we initially came out here today, we were actually expecting to be fishing relatively shallow, like in about 12 to 14 foot of water, probably casting jigs. And when we got out here, there was a lot of bugs out, and we said that's going to make a really dramatic movement where you could have a big push out under these main lake humps. So we ended up fishing with primarily a drop shot rig, which I've been fishing with. This is just a Legend Tournament drop shot rod with a 3000 MQ, 10-pound test 832 with a fluorocarbon leader. There's a fish right there. We're just coming to him right now, Jake, right here. Here's one right here. But it really just depends on the depth of water you're fishing. You know, we do this, you know, anywhere from, as I was saying, relatively shallow to very, very deep.
This boat is rigged up about as nice, easy to use, and it flat out works.
It's a must-have when you're talking about big waves. Well, these trout are so darn tough.
Incredible 11-year warranty.
So that was on a number 8 Shad Rap.
Your style of boat control is really key.
One that was there from the very beginning. You want to be able to see in the water. The adventure begins.
Right there, that's a fish. Right here on the bottom.
There's one.
That one?
Yep. You know, that fish, we actually went over it.
Yeah.
With the 2D, I saw him and I just pitched back to him and just opened the bail.
What size is he?
You know, I think he's a netter.
He is.
He's getting better.
It's better.
We just kept kind of floating away from him, and you know, 30 seconds later, he decided to eat. I think we got the...
That didn't not take that long.
No.
Slip float and leech. When it comes down to it and it gets tough conditions, it's hard to beat. Oh, a nice one. Come here, buddy. Whoa. Here, buddy. There we go.
Thank you.
Mr. Wallace.
Appreciate that.
Nice. Right there, that's a fish right there. There's a couple of them right there. Right here on the bottom.
Nice little chunky one to start us off. There he goes. All right. I need a new leech.
Right there, there she is. There's 2 of them right there. That's what I mean with this Mega Live, you know, so much of today's fishing, you can see you have so much better depth and breadth around the boat, so you can actually identify where the fish are at and then pull the boat right to them or cast to them depending on the situation. Like right now, you're gonna see that fish right there on Mega Live. He's 10 feet in front of the boat, but you're gonna see as soon as I pass over that spot, he's gonna pop up on 2D sonar, which he's just coming into frame right now. You see, that's him on 2D sonar. Ooh, that's a biggie too. That's a big one right there.
Oh yeah, I see him on the 2D.
2D is
Yep,
in there?
yep.
He came over by it. There he is. That's what I mean. It's so amazing that, you know, today's day and age with the electronics like this, you know, it's so fascinating in the fact that once you get up on a structure, it's actually targeting individual fish. And everybody's been using it for bass tournaments, walleye tournaments, crappie tournaments. Guys have been fishing this exact same way with this forward-facing sonar like Mega Live. It's, you know, after you get used to using it, it's sort of interesting the fact that you can see the mood of the fish, how fast they're moving. I mean, a lot of times it's sort of amazing. You know, when you see them on 2D sonar, they appear like they're just sitting there in a fixed position, but they're not. They're constantly sort of fidgeting around, moving around. This is a better one here. I like this one here.
Oh yeah, real nice fish.
He's a sporty one. Look at that. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Look at that guy. What beautiful fish. That water is so clear in here. Come here. Come here. Oh, come here. There we go. I'll take that little runt. Let's see. That's a good one there. Come here, buddy. Oh, okay. Okay, come here and pop it out of there. Okay, can I get that pliers? Okay. I got that little, it's a VMC little red line hook there in a simple drop shot rig. Little tungsten weight, but the thing is what I'm trying to do is really position, this is about super stealth for catching these fish. Beautiful fish. We'll get her back in the drink.
We are loaded for bear. We got
You know,
bites.
there's so many different ways to fish for walleye. Dependability and efficiency.
Simple, fast, and easy.
The best rods on the planet. They like to eat when you're throwing the right thing.
You don't have all bluebird flat calm days.
Just a perfect eating size fish.
See, that's what I'm talking about, these Daiwa drag.
We got walleye stuff, we got crappie stuff, we got pike stuff.
There he is. Ooh. Ooh. Spot lock. Oh, nope. Thought it was a bigger one. Nope. Nope. Just another fish. Nice one though. Here, that's all right. I'll just flip this guy aboard. He's just about, actually this one here is one of those models that it's almost an eater. Look how chunky these guys are. These guys are really fattened up. Beautiful fish. Come here, buddy. You know, it's sort of interesting. We used to fish around these underwater structures, if we were using like 2D sonar, and you just fish around it at a specific depth contour. But now with the Mega Live, what I'm doing is fishing around the underwater structure and sort of following the fish. Wherever I see the fish, that's where I start tracking in on that direction. As I'm moving around, I'm intermittently, constantly panning with the Ultrex, like this, you know, seesawing around, and when I see a group of fish, I just start tracking right into them.
There we go.
You got one going? There you go.
Got him.
There you go.
Feeling like the netting kind.
Nice. What size is this little runt?
You know, he's feeling solid.
They're all about the same size. It's like,
Yeah, he's definitely a real sporty fish. Let's see if we can see him here.
wow.
Okay, he's staying down. We like that.
Yeah. Oop. Oh boy, what do you think about that? Wow.
We like that. Let's
What do
see.
you got going there?
I think we got the right one. Oh yeah, nice fish.
Is that?
Yeah, nice walleye.
I haven't seen it yet. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. Come on, buddy. There you go.
Yo,
Oh,
thank you,
talking.
sir.
Look at that.
That's what we're looking for. Man, what an awesome day it's been. You know, electronics have changed the face of fishing. And if you follow that 3-step process, you know, come out, use high definition maps, you know, locate key spots, then come out, use side imaging to locate fish on those spots, and then hunt them down with Mega Live, you're gonna find a lot of walleyes like that.
Hey, got to share a story with you. A couple weeks ago, a friend of mine called me from Minneapolis. We've been trying to get together off and on for about 3 months. We both got busy schedules. He says, I'm going to be in Brainerd, my hometown. This is Friday night, he calls me. Can we get away for dinner on Saturday evening at about 5 o'clock? And then he had something he had to do later. And we'll get caught up on a bunch of things. I said, yeah, this works. I'm back in town. Let's do it. So we get together. Now my friend is dealing with some serious issues of life. Yeah, you know, just things that happen in life. And he's sharing these things with me, you know, and we kind of prayed together, and we're close on a lot of things. We've known each other for many, many years. And we're getting caught up on what you're doing, how's business going, you know, all of the things you normally talk about. And then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, he looks at me like this, and he says, Al, do you think you'll ever get married again? I didn't expect that one. Al, do you think you'll ever get married again? Well, it's been, as I sit here, it's been 1 year and 10 months since my wife passed away, went home to be with Jesus. And after being together for 49 years, it's been a major adjustment, as you can imagine. There was a gap that I had to fill. And what I did over this period of time, I threw myself into my work, and, which I like to do. It occupies myself, it keeps me focused. I got way more involved in the things of God, and I'm praying more than ever. And I don't want to sound like a smart aleck or not, but my walk with the Lord is better than it's ever been. I'm closer to God than I have ever been. And that gives me great peace and contentment. What does the future bring? As I told him, I'm not looking. I'm not on social media sites. I'm not looking to develop a relationship. What I do, my life is really simple now. I eat, sleep, fish some more, pray some more, spend some more time in God's Word, and each day just gets fulfilled. I'm content. I'm happy where I'm at. Now, I also said I would not close the door. I'm not going to close the door. But God, in your love and mercy, and I'd have to trip over to know if there's going to be a relationship, because I don't have an interest right now. Will things change in time? I have no idea. But right now, I'm totally content where I'm at. And I kind of had to share that with you. Some of you are probably going through issues like this, the issues of life that we all deal with. And there's a peace and contentment that comes from God's Word that can't come from anything else. He loves you, cares about you, and wants the best for you. From all of us here at The Edge, have a good, safe fishing season. See you on the water.